Welcome back to PRN Test Drive. I'm James, and this is the 2025 Toyota GR Corolla. It's one of the best hot hatches on the market today. I don't care what you tell me, this thing can compete with the Elantra N, the Type R, and its biggest competitor, or I guess its closest comparison, would be the Volkswagen Golf R. And I'll tell you right now, I've spent a considerable amount of time with the Volkswagen Golf R, and I have enjoyed my time with this GR Corolla so much more. The GR Corolla is compact and extremely fast, so it's absolutely pointless for me to stand here and talk about it any longer. Let's hop in, let's take it for a drive. All right, so on the road now, GR Corolla. What a week it has been. What a fun week it has been. It's unfortunately like not good weather, but I've had really nice weather all week, so I've really been able to enjoy this thing. I've been able to kind of like look at the temperature, get on it, you know, see if it'll overheat or not. Happy to say it hasn't given me warnings to say like, hey, watch your acceleration and stuff like that. But since we have that, you know, front end little retune for the air, I think it's helped quite a bit. But this thing, make no mistake, it's small, it's compact, but it is fast as anything. It is a hot hatch by any extension, right? Let's get on it here. Oh my goodness, that's good. Oh man, and that's not pumped in audio. That's not fake, that's 100% real. That's the exhaust and an engine giving it full beams. And this engine is really, really well tuned. It's actually a 1.6 liter turbocharged inline 3-cylinder engine producing 300 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. So it's tiny. And I think that aids in the fact that having 300 horsepower, it feels like a little rocket. Now, I also do have all-wheel drive, and of course, this is the automatic version of the GR Corolla. In 2024 and 2025, obviously, they have started making an automatic available, and they've done a really good job with this transmission tuning. It gets confused sometimes, where if you're really trying to get on it, and you know, if I was in a manual transmission, I would have downshifted already. It tends to hold some gears a little too long, and you know, want to do that, possibly for fuel economy stuff. It tends to get like a little like, oh, I don't know which gear I should be in, and then it catches up and it goes back. There's been times where it's like, what are you doing? But most of the time when I get on it, it's really responsive, it's really quick. I do have some plastic paddle shifters here that I can control it with, and that's kind of how you get the most out of it, I think, transmission-wise. If you really want to be in full control, it'll let you redline with the manual paddle shifters. You just pop it over into manual mode, and you can do it that way. Obviously, I think it would be a more engaging experience to have a manual transmission, but it's absolutely not necessary. They've done an excellent job at tuning this automatic and still making it feel like a road legal race car, and that's what I think you want when you buy one of these things. Now, I do also have front and rear limited slip differential, which is obviously going to help pull us through corners. I will say that handling wise, it feels like an all-wheel drive go-kart. I mean, it engine brakes really well. Like when I let off the throttle to take a corner, it engine brakes, you can feel the weight transfer over into the front wheels, and you can feel all of that mechanical grip come to you. It's really, really cool, and I am just in love with it. From the first moment that I stepped in and I started handling it, and it's actually like a twisty road to leave the Toyota parking lot or where these things are picked up. It's actually a bit of like a twisty back road or like a twisty industrial road a little bit. So I was able to like kind of not get on it too much, but like just kind of see how it felt, and I clicked with this vehicle immediately. Very few vehicles have done that, but the vehicles that have done that to me include the Type R, the Elantra N, the Golf R sort of, and now the GR Corolla. It's a thing that I have never experienced in an electric vehicle, so I'm so glad that this is just pure engine, pure racing, and just raw. It's just so raw and mechanical, this thing, the way it drives. And of course, with the automatic, you do have a built-in launch control. Obviously, manual, you can kind of do that yourself, so no worries. Launch control is really good, doesn't slip too much. I'm not in a position where I'm gonna really use it today, but I can give it another rip here. That's a second gear pull, that's gonna be a big one. Oh yeah, right to the red limiter, and it goes sounds, reminds me a little bit of some of the high-end BMWs we've driven here. Oh man, it is just fun to drive this thing in the city. Look, I know there's been comparisons made of, you know, the Golf R is better on paper, it's better on the track. I think it gaps it by a couple of seconds. It probably even feels faster, or it does feel faster from what I can remember. But I'll tell you right now, sitting in this seat, the GR Corolla is the one I'm going for. Let me tell you why. The Golf R feels like entry-level luxury. It's loud, mixed with a good amount of speed, mixed with a really good automatic transmission. I absolutely didn't like the manual at all in that vehicle. It just never suited me. I never gelled well with it. I didn't like it. But it feels like the only time that that car is truly alive is when you're on it, when you're on the throttle, when you're on power. The handling is really good. It's a hot hatch as well. But I just feel like the GR Corolla is always on 10. It always feels like a race car. There's no adaptive dampers. You feel every bump. It's uncomfortable. It punishes you for daily driving it, not driving it on the track. But I really, really like that. The comparison that I like that I've made is that, you know, the GR Corolla, although you can daily drive it, does punish you for that. It's not like the most comfortable daily driver in the world. It loves to be on the track. It loves for you to just get on it and get on it and get on it and not stop getting on it. Whereas, you know, the Golf R, you can go to work with it and you can have a very comfortable ride. It'll be your traffic commuter. You won't feel a lot of the bigger bumps. It has really good dampers. And then the only way to make it feel alive is to, you know, throw it on the windy roads. Whereas, again, the GR Corolla is always alive. I just love the raw mechanical feeling that I get from the GR Corolla. And maybe that's an age thing. Maybe as I get older, that won't be the case anymore. But I don't know. It just impressed me so much, and just how much of like a raw street race car that it feels like. And I feel like I'm getting all 300 horsepower when I'm on it, you know? Like when I do that, I hear the turbo blow offs. I feel the mechanical, I feel it in my seat. I feel it rumble the back of this seat. There's just nothing like that. And I feel like the Golf R just doesn't have it, just doesn't have enough. So sure, it can be as fast as it wants on paper and on track, but I think in this one, I'm still having more fun in the GR Corolla. So that's my take, though. Don't get mad at me for it. That's my take. I mean, I like the Golf R. I've spent time in the DSG, and I spent time in the manual, and I liked it both times. I prefer the DSG though, but I liked it both times. In this one, I haven't driven the manual, but you can bet your bottom dollar if the manual comes up, I'm all over it, because I'll be clamoring to drive this one again. So this is a great car for having fun if you don't mind getting your spine rearranged a little bit. Much like the suspension in the Type R, it's stiff, it's rigid, you feel every bump, every hole, but what that does help with is my connection to the road. I always feel like I'm basically sitting on the road because I'm so low, right? It's got such a low profile to it. I'm basically always sitting on the floor, but feeling every bump when you're turning and feeling a bump on the left versus the right when you're going fast is a really unique thing. And it just kind of, maybe I like driving go-karts that much. And then, you know, my GR Corolla can be a full-time street legal go-kart, and I'm fine with it. You can see I'm bouncing around right now. My head's going up and down here. But I don't mind. I'll take all of it. The seats are very comfortable, so that does help. So let's actually move on to the interior. So the one pain point that I have, and I guess that the Golf R kind of wins, sort of, is that this thing is expensive. It's $61,000 Canadian, whereas the Golf R is a little bit cheaper. I think like maybe $1 or $2 grand fully loaded. If you get like the special exhaust, I think it's $2 grand, maybe lower. But this just feels like a little on the cheap end. I mean, we got the digital gauge cluster, which is really nice. So that's no problem. Steering wheel is fantastic. I would have wished to see, like, I don't know, something done with the paddle shifters. Don't just make them plastic. Don't make it look like it can be in the regular Corolla, because this is absolutely not a regular Corolla, right? There's just some things, like there's a lot of plastics in here. There's not, like, maybe split it up with some carbon fiber. Give me a little bit more color on the dash. Infotainment, no problem with it. It's a very plug-and drive system. There's nothing to figure out. There's no weird stuff hidden in settings. You come here, you drive it. That's it. That's all. Have a good day. See you later. And that's what I like, right? There's nothing involved to it. I know where things are. I've got physical buttons for my HVAC control. So in the winter, I've got all-wheel drive, heated seats, heated steering wheel. Probably not a bad deal with some good winter tires, but still, like, I got a wireless charging pad too, but I feel like I'm missing something material-wise for 60 grand. It's a lot of money to ask. I'm not asking for a sunroof or anything like that, although maybe it would be nice, but it's not end-all, be-all, right? But I feel like the Golf R, you know, it's got a little bit more of those nicer materials, those nicer trims, the seats in the GR Corolla save it for me. It saves the whole interior for me, honestly. They look really cool. We do have a split up of color. We have the GR badge right there embroidered. And again, I'm still, if we're comparing interior to interior, I'm still taking the GR Corolla just because I do not like the infotainment system and the HVAC control on the Golf R. They've gone a completely terrible direction with it, and it's no good. This is just simple. Hop in, you know where the things are. Drive mode button right down here. I've got a little knob here that I can push to put the GR, so the all-wheel drive system, in track mode. I can also put it in gravel mode or just in normal mode as well. One touch, my traction control is completely off. It goes into expert mode, basically. So, you know, things like that are easy to do. Everything's just easy and accessible to do. The worst thing about it, I mean, the absolute worst thing about it, and I can't believe they're making us pay 60 grand for it, is this JBL sound system on the interior. Oh my goodness, it's no good. They might as well strapped 2 iPhone, you know, speakers to the side and called it a day. Don't like it. We shouldn't be exposed to it. Not for $60,000. I would upgrade it. If I own this thing, I would try to get something else in here, because it's just not good. They just didn't tune it right. I've played with it. I've done what I could. No, get rid of just JBL. No more. In terms of back seat, it is really compact. I do have to squeeze to get my daughter's stroller in there. The front passenger seat is a little compromised, or the front passenger leg room is a little compromised just because I have to move the seat up. Maybe when she's forward facing, that won't be so much of an issue. But yeah, it's compact. It's what you'd expect though. The GR Corolla, the Corolla in general, is a compact vehicle. It makes it easy to maneuver in parking lots and fit into parallel parking spots, maneuver downtown and do all that stuff, but you are trading the leg room quite significantly and the trunk room a little bit as well. So just keep that in mind. But look, if you have a second car, or if you have like a beater SUV or something, this can still get the job done. You can still throw your kids in here once in a while and still have a good time. I'm not saying it's unusable, just saying you got to compromise just a little bit. And also, be nice to have an armrest, because sometimes you want to look cool in your GR Corolla. You want to cruise, and it's like, hey, how's it going? You know, it just looks awkward. You know, there's no way you can look cool. So I end up just resting my arm here. But you can tell that it's made to be a manual transmission. You can tell it's kind of why they made that decision. All right, so next up we want to talk about the exterior for the GR Corolla. What a compact thing it is. I really like the paint color on this thing. Honestly, any color you go with, you're gonna really enjoy it, just because this doesn't look like your average everyday Toyota Corolla. I actually had somebody in a parking lot tell me exactly that they didn't even realize that they made Corollas that looked this good, because we have active vents, real vents on the hood. The hood has a really nice hood bulge because the engine is a little bit bigger. They're squeezing this 3-cylinder to its absolute limits. I really like the daytime running LEDs as well. Very, very nice touch. It looks aggressive. The front end has actually had a slight tweak in terms of its vents to allow a little bit more airflow. I still get a warning every time I start up the GR Corolla that says, hey, be careful with heavy acceleration due to temperature. That message will go away as the engine warms up, but you can just tell how much they've squeezed this engine and how much cooling it really does require to not overheat constantly when you're getting on the power. I like the GR badge here as well. You can see just from the side profile, this side door here is smaller than the front door, so it's a little bit like tight to get in, but again, compact vehicle, we expect this and we know this. I also really like the tires, blacked out rims, the really nice GR badge here on the brake calipers. We also have sport brake calipers as well. If you take a look at it from the back, there isn't there isn't a thing that screams normal Corolla to me at all. It actually screams absolute race car, because it sounds phenomenal. It looks really good. It's got a diffuser. Those taillights look fantastic. And there's just about enough trunk space to fit pretty much anything that you'd need to. I don't think I'd fit my baby stroller in there, but groceries and different things like that is absolutely no issue. And last but absolutely not least, I don't know if this helps swallow that $60,000 price tag that this thing comes in, but we do have a forged carbon fiber roof here. Very cool touch. It looks cool as well. It's a detail that not a lot of people are gonna notice, especially the passerbys. They're gonna notice the fender flares, the aggressiveness of how the exterior looks, but you're really not gonna notice the forged carbon fiber roof, but I do, and I really like it. Don't know if that makes it worth $60,000, but I mean, it definitely does kind of look the part, at least on the exterior. But as usual, I want to know what you think. What do you think about the exterior? What do you think about the paint color? Would you spec it like this? Is the sound in the back good enough in stock, or are you going to upgrade it? Let me know in the comments. All right, so I've showed you just about everything there is to know and that I really wanted to show you for the GR Corolla. I mean, what what a little hatchback. What a great designed little hatchback made out of Toyota. Transmission tuned by Gazoo Racing. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds cool. It sounds like they know what they're doing. And not only does it sound like it, it's proven. This little machine is absolutely a force to be reckoned with. And like, at only 300 horsepower, right? I mean, a lot of people are probably going to say like, oh, well, it's only 300 horsepower, so whatever. It's not a whatever situation. That's impressive. I mean, they've tuned and squeezed so much power out of this little guy that it's really an impressive feat of engineering. I have enjoyed my time with it. I love vehicles that I feel the driving experience. When I want to get power, I've got it. When I want to relax, not necessarily easy to do because it's an unforgiving ride experience no matter what mode you're in, sport, track, normal, eco. The only thing that's quieter is the exhaust in eco mode so that I can actually start this vehicle up outside the house and I won't wake up my daughter when she's trying to sleep. So that's one good thing, right? It does have some type of variable exhaust, but as soon as I'm far enough away, I'm putting this thing right back into sport mode because I want to hear absolutely everything this engine has got to give me. And boy, oh boy, does it give it to you so well. I mean, I guess, like, I really enjoy the Type R. I enjoyed the Elantra N, all because those vehicles really do allow you to feel the road in ways that not a lot of street cars can do nowadays, and not a lot of them want to do it. That's not their goal. Whereas the GR Corolla, that is absolutely its goal. It's an unforgiving ride quality, but what the trade-off is you get a really good all-wheel drive system and you get a really good sounding exhaust and engine and an incredible handling experience with a really, really simple and easy to use infotainment stuff. The only thing it lacks is a little bit of showmanship on the interior. Get rid of the JBL, it sucks. Maybe split up the plastic, put some more Alcantara inserts, just split up the color just a little bit more. The seats, do nothing, don't touch them. It's fantastic the way it is. Honestly though, manual, automatic, whatever you want to do, just buy this vehicle. That's it. If you're interested, if you got the money, or maybe you can find a used one, because I'm sure like a 2023 GR Corolla manual is still going to be just as good as a 2025 GR Corolla automatic. So if you can find a deal, get it. And if you don't mind, the ride quality stuff, or maybe it's not as fast as a Golf R or whatever on paper, doesn't matter. You're having more fun in this seat every time. And I can say that confidently because I've spent time now in two Golf Rs and one GR Corolla. I know for a fact this one's more fun. I'll drive them back to back and I'll tell you the same thing. Not even a question. I'll back that up for anywhere. It's so good, such a good experience. Well done, Toyota. If this is what the GR Corolla, you can only imagine what they've done with the Supra, and hopefully I get my shot one day to get my hands on one of those. That being said, let me know what you think. You like the GR Corolla, or are you a Golf R fanboy? That's completely fine. You can call me a GR fanboy, a GR Corolla fanboy. I don't mind. That's completely fine. I think I've spoken like one anyway. But again, a lot of people are going to speak without having driven both. I've actually done that. So I think I have a little bit more weight on my shot there. So yeah, but I'm always curious to know what you guys think of the vehicles we drive. Let me know in the comments, color-wise, spec-wise, what are you doing? Manual, automatic, want to know it all. So I would always like to hear from you. Make sure you like, subscribe, everything else in between, so we know that you're interested if you want to see more videos just like this one. With that being said, I will see you in the next week. See you in the next car. Take care.